I'm good with that understanding.
At the same time, of course, the evidence turns something objective, but does the lack of evidence at the same time doesn't confirm that something's not possible, correct?
Well, it can if you make a statement. If you say, I had a near-death experience and I was floating above my bed. Okay, now the absence of that evidence, is that evidence for absence? Well, you have to design the experiment. Okay, so if I think you're prone to having these out-of-body experiences, I'll get someone who you've never met to write a phrase, what goes up must come down. Or just some phrase that is easy to remember, that everybody knows, and you don't know what's written on it, and I'll put it on an upward-facing platform above your dying bed. Okay? Now, you have an out-of-body experience, you see your body, and you go back, I said, what did that phrase say? If you can't tell me what that phrase said, then you cannot reference your out-of-body experience as an objective truth. So there are ways to test the claims if you want to test them. But you can't just use as the out, well, you didn't show it didn't exist, so therefore it could exist. That doesn't always work. People say we can't prove that God doesn't exist. Well, yes, I can, if God existing requires other things being true. If God existing, if the Judeo-Christian God existing, if for it to be true, it would mean in a plane crash from 10,000 feet, only the Christians survive, and everyone else who's atheist, Muslim, Buddhist does not survive that plane crash. You're going to have some good evidence that there's a God that your God is overlooking his devout followers. But that doesn't happen. It's not how it happened. Even September 11th, all right? There is someone dying, and there was a fireman chaplain who is giving the extreme unction, the last rites, to this dying person, okay? Because people said, if God is in the world, where was he on September 11th? And someone wrote in, he's in the hearts of the people trying to save the people. Okay, fine. Do you know what happened? You must know what happened to this firefighter who's administering last rites. You know what happened? A piece of debris fell off the building and killed him. If you want to look at biblical evidence for things, that looks like really good evidence for the devil, okay? And it shows that the devil is stronger than God, all right? If you want to go there. All right, so my point is, sure, you don't have to listen to anything science says. That's the whole point of a free country. Just try not to rise to power and then enact legislation based on your personal truths that don't apply to anybody else others who don't share your personal truth.